Welcome to Last Prep. We'll see another video on communication topic. So especially verbal, non-verbal, and intercultural communication, and we'll see some more examples on same topic. Okay, let's begin. Verbal communication. Verbal communication అంటే ఏంటి? It's a process of conveying message by using spoken words or written words, like so phone call conversation or direct speech or writing email. All these are comes under the verbal communication. So here we are having both the sender and receiver at the same time, and also here exchange of information through some language. Next here key concepts of verbal communication. Here we have two-way process. That means ఇక్కడ sending ఉంటుంది and also receiving a message. So use of language. So ఏదైనా మనం షేర్ చేసుకోవాలి అంటే the medium should be a language. So convey the words to convey thoughts and ideas and emotions. Various context. ఇక్కడ మనకి different ways లో we can able to communicate, like speech, emails, text messages, and other forms of written or spoken communication. And what is the importance of this verbal communication means, అది verbal మనం మాట్లాడితేనే కదా essential, అంటే మనం మాట్లాడితే క్లియర్గా అర్థమవుతుంది, రైట్? సో verbal communication is essential for understanding, building relationships, and sharing information effectively. And the skills, here we can have listening skill, understanding non-verbal cues, and also it's not only involves just speaking. Next, examples of verbal communication: talking on the phone, making presentation, writing an email, having a conversation with a colleague, and giving instructions to a team member. All these are the examples of the verbal communication. Next, non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication అంటే ఏంటి? Without using words, and no speeches, no writing an email, no conversations directly. So here we'll use facial expressions, అంటే body language యూస్ చేసి facial expressions ని gestures యూస్ చేసి we can able to communicate with others, like facial expressions, body language, gestures, and eye contact to communicate thoughts, feelings, and moods. Right. So we'll see what is the importance and key aspects of non-verbal communication. Here we'll use the facial expressions and gestures, body language, and eye contact. Making eye contact with the person with whom you are speaking. Proxemics. Proxemics అంటే ఏంటి అంటే, so the distance the person maintains from others. So it is a study of distance. And touch, the type of touch will communicate, it will be affection, support, or even aggression, depending on the context. And voice, the tone of voice, volume, pitch can also affect the communication. And appearance, like clothing, grooming, and other personal touches can create impression and convey information about a person. Cultural nuance, nonverbal cues can vary significantly across cultures. And examples of nonverbal communication: smiling, frowning, crossed arms, making eye contact, maintaining a large distance, touching someone's shoulder, speaking in a soft tone. All these are the examples of the nonverbal communication. And what is the importance of nonverbal communication? It helps in reinforcing verbal communication. So here it will emphasize the verbal communication, nonverbal communication. Both will emphasize the reinforce communication, helping interpret verbal messages. It will make you, these nonverbal cues can help others to understand the what is the meaning of a verbal message, even if it is not explicitly stated. And next one is establishing rapport and trust. Effective nonverbal communication can help build relationships and foster trust between individuals. Understanding others' emotions. Learning to recognize nonverbal cues can help you understand others' emotions and feelings. even when they don't explicitly verbalize them. Next, intercultural communication. Intercultural communication is the process of communicating with people from different cultures. So simply here it will goes beyond the language, and we need to understand and respond or respect the cultures and cultural norms. Here the definition of cultural communication is, that is, intercultural communication is the process of exchanging meaningful information across different cultures and social groups. Okay, here totally there are three types of communication. One is verbal communication, non-verbal communication, and also intercultural communication. Okay, now we'll see some of the questions on this topic. Which of the following is an example of non-verbal communication? In the options, telephone conversation is a verbal communication, eye contact is non-verbal, email and the group discussion are the verbal communication. So here the right answer is eye contact, non-verbal communication. Example. In intercultural communication, which of the following is essential for minimizing misunderstanding? So simply stereotyping, cultural sensitivity, and respect, relying on nonverbal cues alone, using idiomatic expressions. Here intercultural communication kabatti, so the option B is the correct answer. What is a common barrier to effective intercultural communication? Empathy, cultural stereotypes, clarity, and feedback. So here the barrier of effective intercultural communication is cultural stereotypes. Which of the following is a characteristic of group communication? It involves a dynamic exchange of ideas among multiple participants. So this is the relevant answer for this question. And next, in verbal communication, which of the following is essential for the message to be understood effectively? Tone and clarity is the right answer, and only body language, this is non-verbal. Avoiding feedback, complexity of language. If you combine this verbal and non-verbal, it will be a reinforce the verbal message. So here the right answer is tone and clarity. Which of the following best describes nonverbal communication? So it relies on body language, facial expressions, and gestures. So option B is the correct one. What role does eye contact play in effective classroom communication? Eye contact is in nonverbal communication, so it establishes connection and maintains students' attention. So here the right answer is option B. Which of the following is essential in intercultural communication to avoid misunderstanding? So intercultural communication ఉంది అన్నప్పుడు here we need to understand the cultural context and norms, so that the option C is the right answer. Next, which of the following is the primary advantage of using non-verbal communication in the classroom? So it enhances understanding through gestures and facial expressions. I think this is the right answer. Next, which type of communication is typically used when interacting with a small group to reach a common decision? In simply directly group communication. So group communication is the right answer. What is a significant barrier to intercultural communication? Empathy, clear articulation, ethnocentrism, and active listening. So ethnocentrism is one of the barrier to the intercultural communication. In group discussion, which behavior is most likely to improve the quality of interaction? So here the option B is the right answer. In the group discussion, listening actively and providing relevant feedback helps to improve the quality of interaction. In classroom communication, the most effective way for a teacher to verify students' understanding is by asking questions and encouraging discussion, using complex jargon, providing lengthy lectures without interaction, rely solely on nonverbal communication. So, among the given options, the option A is the correct answer. Which of the following is not an element of effective classroom communication? are not an element of classroom communication. So among these options, engaging in one-way communication is not an element of the effective classroom communication. So this is the right answer. Eye contact in classroom communication is important because it establishes connection and maintains students. This question is already repeated. It teaches you nonverbal cues such as gestures, facial expressions in a classroom setting, helps mm, reinforce verbal message and enhance understanding. Next and the last question is, thank you. We'll see other video with other topic in the next. Thank you.